Wow, so the Cowboys did beat the Saints, completely shutting down a previously unstoppable offense. That was not how I expected that to go. But hey, now the Cowboys are 7-5 with a chance to put a stranglehold on the NFC East. We can have arguments about where the Cowboys fit in with the Saints and the Rams and the Bears later, but they are obviously the best team in this division. The best quarterback on the Giants is Odell Beckham, and Washington's quarterbacks keep breaking their legs. Now Mark Sanchez and Adrian Peterson are the starting backfield for a football team in 2018 in the NFL. Seriously. So for the Cowboys, there are only two threats now to the NFC East: the Eagles and themselves. The Cowboys have gone a shockingly long time without beating themselves. They haven't lost in a month at all, and now that was to a fraudulent Titans team, but those last 4 games for Dallas have been fantastic, and the most important win from that stretch was not last week against the Saints. It was that 27-20 victory in Philadelphia. Here's why. If the Cowboys win on Sunday at home against the Eagles, the NFC East would be almost impossible to lose. A Cowboys win on Sunday would make the Cowboys 8-5 and the Eagles 6-7. The Cowboys would also maintain the tiebreaker. Even if the Eagles were to win versus the Texans at home and then at Washington, they'd also have to win at the Rams on Sunday Night Football next week. After this hypothetical loss at Dallas this week, losing to the Rams and then beating the Texans and Washington would make the Eagles 8-8. For the Cowboys, 8-8 probably means the division title. As long as Dallas beats the Eagles on Sunday, they could lose at the Colts, they could lose at home to the Bucs and at the Giants, and they could still be 8-8 and winning the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Eagles. Washington is 6-6 and technically still in play also, with winnable but not easy matchups versus the Giants, at the Jags, and at the Titans, and then versus the Eagles to finish out the season. Maybe that's a 2-2 or 3-1 stretch with Alex Smith or even maybe Colt McCoy. Their quarterback is Mark Sanchez. It's over. Now, if the Eagles win this week, oh boy, both teams go to 7-6. The head-to-head tiebreaker is now split, with each team winning the road game, and we start talking about a bunch of other convoluted tiebreakers instead. And that's where weird stuff starts happening. Nobody wants that. So here's the deal. Either beat the Eagles and start printing up your NFC East Championship shirts / one more year of Jason Garrett banners, or lose to the Eagles and hang on for a wild ride for the next few weeks. No pressure, just the whole season hangs in the balance on Sunday. By the way, we should check in on Philly real quick. It's know your opponent after all. The Eagles lost that game to the Cowboys at home a few weeks ago, then went to New Orleans and got demolished. But they've won 2 in a row, so maybe the rest of the league should just be terrified, shaking in their boots. Are the Super Bowl champions making a run? Let's check the box scores here, and oh yeah, they beat Eli Manning and Mark Sanchez. That may have been almost impressive in like 2010. Eli went 10-6 that year, and Mark Sanchez went 11-5, but they were both interception machines that year, largely bailed out by their defenses. So it wasn't even true then, in 2010. It is now 2018. The hell are we doing? Here's the bad news, Cowboys fans, because I've been wrong about 4 of your last 5 games. But I think Dallas wins this one, like by at least a touchdown. I know the Eagles are in desperation mode, which might be a little scary for Cowboys fans waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point, but losing this game just feels extremely improbable at this point. At home, surging while the Eagles are slipping, barely beating significantly worse teams and terrible quarterbacks. I think the Cowboys win this week and pretty much put the NFC East in the bag. My name is Joshua Brisco. What do you think? What do you think happens this week? Leave it in the comments. And I hope you've enjoyed Know Your Opponent right here, only on Phantom.